If you're a longtime listener, you know I was obviously not a Trump fan during the campaign. I thought Ted Cruz was the best guy for the job. But here we are now, 4 years later, five years later since the escalator announcement. And Trump has mostly been a pleasant surprise. Do I like everything he says and does? No, and we talk about those things. But here's the bottom line for this election. I'll say it again. What is the alternative? Chaos and Marxism? As Republicans, as conservatives, who else do you turn to? It's just too critical now. We're teetering on the brink of complete disaster. The only other person that can win is Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Can we all agree on that? Whether you're a Lincoln Project Republican or a log cabin Republican.
And of course, they endorse him.
Or a Republican, Joe Biden's the only other guy. Did the Lincoln Project endorse Biden?
Sad, weak, low energy. Just like your presidency. Just like you.
They sure did. In April of 2020, the committee announced their endorsement of Joe Biden, a Democrat, shortly after Bernie Sanders announced the suspension of his campaign. In other words, they were waiting to endorse whatever Democrat was left standing.
That's amazing. If they would have endorsed Bernie
Sanders.
Yeah.
Wow.
Any of them.
Okay, well, you set aside Biden's politics for a second. Biden is a blithering idiot. He's losing his noodle right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
yeah. 55% of people think he has dementia.
Yeah.
He may not get through his first term.
Right.
So who's the Democratic female vice president you're gonna want if Biden can't serve?
Stacey Abrams.
Kamala Harris. I don't care who it is. It's going to be a bad option.
But Stacey's running Georgia.
Then there's the disastrous politics. Joe Biden is not a conservative Democrat. He's a liberal progressive Democrat.
Yeah, and he's just there to mold by the far left.
The only thing worthy of Joe Biden is that he won't say disband the police.
Right.
That's the only thing.
Right.
The only thing worthy of anything that he says.
I mean, it might feel good to these Lincoln Project Republicans to say that you're not going to vote for Trump no matter what, and that you endorse Joe Biden. Maybe you think you're really open-minded or whatever. All you're doing is speeding up America's demise.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
all you're doing. And it's despicable.
And like you, I wasn't necessarily a Trump fan.
None of us were in this building.
I mean, I obviously endorsed Jim Gilmore. And,
That's right.
I mean, he was my front runner.
Choice.
He was my front runner.
Yeah.
I was disappointed that he dropped out that very next day. Anyway,
You hitched that wagon too early. Who would have thought?
but I mean, my gosh.
But there's no other way to go this time.
Can't.
There's no,
You just can't.
and we've seen that we were wrong about certain things with Donald Trump during the campaign.
Yeah,
he's
we were.
done some great things that I don't think any other candidate would have done.
And the beating he's taken?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.